Hello, hello. Welcome for another episode of the Author Spotlight. Hey, it's your host with the most, your man, Darren M. Palmer. So excited to be with you for today's special episode. Hey, I got twice the beauty on today. I got my girls on today, Shontayvia and Miss Kellen. I'm going to allow for them to come on in their own way. If you don't mind, we're going to start off with Shontayvia first. Shontayvia, give the people your full name and also share a little bit about your bio with our audience.
Okay. Hello, everyone. So my name is Shontayvia Shropshire. Bit of a tongue twister there, but so how to fake it till you make it. A little bit about the bio for the book. So it's been a while ago that I started to get into the medical coding industry. So really, what it's about is I started at the ground zero, right? So coming out of school, making about 20 an hour, which was still good. Basically worked my way up the corporate ladder to about 6 figures a year, and also starting my own medical coding CPC prep course online. So really that's just a little bit about myself and about the bio. For years and years, since I was about 6 years old, I've been just helping and then called to help inspire and motivate my friends and my family. And a lot of them still call upon me today for advice and guidance. So that's kind of the piece on my sector of and the life that I had and how I gained that success over the years portion inside of the book. So I'll go ahead and pass it over to Kellen and let her a little bit.
That was great. Hi. So my name is Kellen K. Young. I do go by K Young on the book cover. I'm trying to use that as my pen name, if you will. So Kellen or K, either one is fine with me. But so Shontayvia and I have similar backgrounds, which made us great writing partners. We both achieved our goals in different ways, but in similar ways, so different but similar, and we both worked very, very hard. But so my background, I'm also in medical coding. I'm in the same industry as Shontayvia, and I was able to, without a college degree, I was able to get a certification in medical coding, and I was able to double my income within, I want to say 2 years. And at one point it was even tripled. And I had to figure out a way to do it myself. I didn't have a lot of help. And and also, like Shontayvia said, throughout my life, I've just always been able to see the value in others. And I can't tell you how many conversations I've had with either other medical coders or just people I know in my life. And I'm like, you need to do this. You can do this. You know, you need to take this next step. And they just don't see it. Like, they just don't see what I see in them, even though I know it's there. And so with this book, I just wanted to share that message of like, no, you are valuable. You already are great. Now you can just take it to the next level, because if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Awesome. Thank you, ladies, for sharing that helpful information. We definitely got a treat on today with these wonderful ladies. They've done it. And that's one of the reasons that I wanted them to come on, because you heard the common denominator that they both have been through some tests. They both had to have the resilience to continue to move forward. So with that, Shontayvia, share with us, and we'll pass it on to Kellen as well. But what made you believe that you could write a book when so many had failed at the task?
Well, Darren, that question is simple, but yet still complicated. So I'll start by saying writing a book was on my bucket list. I'm a firm believer in affirmations and writing things down. So I wrote that down approximately 12 years ago, that one of the things that I wanted to do on my bucket list was write a book. So when the opportunity presented itself that Kellen or Kay came to me with, and I was like, oh my God, I had this written down. I know that's so cliche, but when you write things, it really helps it come to fruition, even if it's just not that year, or, you know, if it takes 3 years, and in this case, it took 12. So it was already aligned in what my path and I felt like I wanted to do. Now, that extra added step is just like anything else in life. What made me believe that I can do it is just like anything else I did in my life, from obtaining a bachelor's degree to raising kids. Any and everything is just first having that belief system in yourself, saying that I can and I will. And no matter what obstacles come your way, you continue to truck on and keep going. And eventually you'll wake up and say, oh, wow, I've done it. Again, and some people think that it'll happen overnight. It does not. I had that written down 12 years ago. And here, 12 years later, you're actually doing it. But the key to it is just to stick to it. Don't give up, and just keep and start now. Even if you start as a little at a time, just keep going. So I believe that's what kind of gave me the wherewithal to do it. As most people will maybe fail at things, not because they're failures, but just because they won't necessarily see it all the way through and have that belief system in themselves. Sorry.
Well, I gotta stop right there. I gotta take a pause for the cause right there, because I know some people are wondering, and I just want to say for the record that I know y'all are thinking this, and I don't know how it happened, but stranger things have happened. I know y'all thinking these women are only 25 years old. How could they have these degrees and certifications? I know what y'all thinking. Like, how much time could these 25-year-olds have? But anyway, we're gonna press on, because we ain't gonna say anything about any age, but they are successful. I know you're saying that got to be the fast track with them only being 25 years old, Darren. But thank you, Shontayvia. Kellen, share with us.
Oh man, you flatter us.
What do you believe? Why did you believe you could write a book when so many have failed at the task?
Well, I personally had failed at the task multiple times. Beginning when I was just a kid, I've always liked creative writing, and I wanted to write novels as a kid. I still do. That's definitely still on my list. But as an adult, as a successful adult, when I had tried to do this on my own, I just fell into the same traps over and over, the self-doubt traps that Shontayvia was talking about, the imposter syndrome, feeling like, who am I, to say these things. And I just wasn't recognizing my own greatness and what I had accomplished so far, because when I look at my life and what I've accomplished, I'm very qualified to write a book, and so is Shontayvia, and so are so many people. But so anyway, to answer your question, what changed it for me this time is I got a coach. I can't stress that enough. I invested my time, and I just made a big investment in myself. I took it very seriously. Like, I just tried to treat it like a college class, like I was taking a college class. I'm not great at college, but I just tried to give it that type of importance in my life. But also, I've got to say, collaborating with Shontayvia saved this book. I mean, it would not happen. It would not be happening without her. Could I have written a book without her? Yes. Would it be the same amazing product? No, it wouldn't. It would be very different. And so my advice to someone, if you are struggling and you want it, look into collaboration, and definitely look into getting a writing coach, period. So.
Ari, I heard it. I just want to, extract from what the ladies shared with us of the importance of understanding what you want, being able to persevere. Also, another nugget is the importance of collaboration. I like to say it, the power of partnership. It's no long range on this thing. Don't think that you need to have all the answers and know everything. Make sure that you also invest in yourself. It's different. I can't tell you. This just happened. I'm just pull this out right now. if you don't invest in yourself, and this is not a sales pitch, this is just the truth. That's why I make sure that everyone who want to do something invests something, because most of the time, if they don't invest time or monetary means for it, and they're not serious about it. So you're wasting your time. They're going to be the worst clients because they're not going to do what they're supposed to do. I had an individual who came to us. They said, well, we ran across some stuff. We can't do it because I said, well, I tell you what, you don't have to pay nothing right now. We just get you started. Well, we're going to pray on it, and and then they didn't even start. So that's the type of stuff when you hear what Kellen is sharing with you of the importance of investing in yourself, because it's not so easy when you don't put down some real money to just lay up there and eat hot Cheetos and watch reruns of Friends. It's not as easy to do that when you know, wait a minute, that money could have went to my retirement. I could have bought a living room suite, whatever it is that you want to invest or buy. And then I also love the importance of what Shontayvia shared with us. It was 12 years. 12 years of bringing it to being a reality. So for you who've gotten and seen the Tony Robbins documentary on Netflix, and you went in the mirror and did it 10 days in a row, and you don't have a Rolls Royce yet, guess what? It can take time for that process, for the manifestation to happen. Now, and speaking of that, I want to move forward, ladies. You did quite a bit of work, but you all are some busy ladies, and y'all are productive. You're not just busy, y'all are productive, and y'all are great what you do in your industry. So I know people are thinking to themselves, how in the world do they find time to create content for these books? So we're going to reverse it a little bit. Kellen, you go ahead and share a hack or something that you do to create content, and then we'll move on to Miss Shontayvia to share how she get content created for her portion of the book.
Okay, well, that's a great question. And small wins and little bites of the big cake, if you want to call it that. There were and Shontayvia and I have both dealt with a lot of professional stress as well as personal stress during this whole process. This was not an easy time in our lives, period. And that was unexpected for both of us. We both had a lot of things thrown at us. So I want to say that first, because you just have to move forward even when you feel like you can't. And you need to take and use whatever you're going through and put it into your writing and make it personal. So there were a lot of days when I just thought, what am I going to write about? This doesn't feel like a priority right now because I've got all of these other very serious things going on. And that's when I had to put myself first and take care of myself and say, no, this is a priority, and you're going to sit down for 10 minutes and just write. And 9 times out of 10, that 10 minutes would turn into 20. I apologize for that. That 10 minutes would turn into 20 or 30. Or I would be writing about things that I didn't even think about before because I was thinking of my personal challenges while I was doing it. So yeah, just 10 minutes, sit down, do it. If you're on a break at work, before bed, in the morning, 10 minutes. Just tell yourself 10 minutes. Just like going to the gym, tell yourself, I'm just going to walk in the door. I had to tell myself that. I'm just going to walk in the door. I just got to go in and say hi, and then I can leave. But, once I was there, I always did something. So.
All right. Thank you, Kellen. Shontayvia, share with us. Give us the hacks, girl.
Okay. So I would say one of the major things that kind of helped me continue to be productive in that writing process was I really have to give Darren and also Kay kudos. Those weekly meetings, you'll be surprised how much it helps keep the book in the forefront of your mind. The fact that you have to get this done, it really does help. To go back what Kay said in the earlier question, which was getting that book coach. So definitely utilizing someone such as Darren if you don't use them, but I suggest you use him. However, having that person also in that collaboration process. So when I lacked inspiration sometimes during this process, I kind of utilized leaning on Kay for that extra boost of push to get through it. And then on our weekly calls, Darren would, share some insight as well to help that. I have so much going on at once, not just personal, but professional, all of these different things, all of these moving pieces. So one of the major things to kind of sum it all up that really gives me that extra push is writing a book may seem like it's an easy task or anything like that, but it's a book. Once it's printed and it's done, it's out there forever. So it's a part of your legacy. So for me, having children, that's I'm like, I have to do this. I have to see this through, because even when I'm long and gone, the words will still remain on these pages. So that inspiration, the thought of, I think very global. I don't think small. Anything that I do, I go hard or go home. So thinking of this can touch and inspire millions, thousands of people, that helps me get that going. And then to conclude that, now living in a technology age, towards the latter part of the writing process, I started to talk. It's hard to find time to literally sit down with a pen and a pad or in front of your computer and type. So I'm like, I can talk into it. We have cell phones it'll write it for me. So expressing everything that I feel in that form, and it really helps keeping the productivity going and keeping that process. Sometimes I'm in the airport and I may be just talking into my phone, expressing about the different chapters, or reading Kay's portions of her writing, which is excellent, by the way. But those are just some of the things that I use and have used to kind of keep that productivity going.
Thank you, ladies, for sharing that on the productivity. And I also want to bring up a amazing thing on this particular project, because these ladies aren't in the same city with one another. They're not even in the same state. And so that just shows you what all the excuses that we have today. Well, I don't know. And it must be somebody that's a part of my civic organization, or my soror, or my fraternity for the guys out there, whatever it is, or my local church or community, whatever thing you into. But at the same time, these individuals, these ladies aren't even in the same state, but they're writing the book together. So what's your excuse? Now, we've seen the groups that are together, and with some people who are in the same city and area, they might mastermind. They're part of the same small group or whatever, and you understand that. But these ladies were able to bring it together with technology or whatnot, and also having a desire to get it done by any means necessary, legally, of course. I don't want y'all to get the wrong idea about that. But I want to go a little bit deeper with this, because I want y'all to share with the audience your perspective of fake it till you make it. Why it's important to you, and basically who is this message for? So if y'all don't mind, share that with the audience. Kellen, we'll start with you, and then we'll go to Shontayvia, because I think that's important. We hear the book, or you hear the title of the book, but it might be misleading to some people. But share that and why it's important, and why y'all, and who you created it for.
Oh, thank you so much. And thank you for bringing that up. Yes, so the title is How to Fake It Till You Make It. And that truly is what the book is about. But the term how to fake it till you make it, to me, it doesn't mean that you are lying to people. That's not what it's about. It's about having enough confidence in yourself to know that even if I don't know how to do a task, but my manager asks me to do it, I have that time. I have a few seconds in my mind to think, okay, can I figure this out in time to get this task completed by the time my manager wants it done? And it's a yes or no question. And if the answer is no, it's no. But usually the answer is yes. And sometimes that means not sleeping. Like sometimes, I mean, I've stayed up, I've not slept for a day in order to teach myself a certain spreadsheet function so that I could complete an audit on time the next day, because my boss needed it done, and she expected I could do it. She just asked me to do it, and she thought I could. And so since she thought I could, I thought I could, and I did. And so that's really what it's about for me. It's about knowing what you can learn very quickly, what you can teach yourself. And then also the other part is, even if you're terrified on the inside, or if you're not feeling super confident, yeah, I could do it, but I'm not an expert, I'm not the best at it. That's not what I'm projecting. What I'm projecting is, yes. That's all I need to say. Yes, I can do that. And then you do it. You don't need to say, I think I can, or maybe. You never want to say that. It's either yes or no for me. And just do not show any kind of self-doubt on the outside, even though, yeah, we are having it on the inside all the time. Most people do. So that's the faking it part, is not pretending, giving the aura of confidence so that other people are confident in you.
Love it. Thank you, Kellen. Shontayvia, let's hear from you. Fake it till you make it. You know, what does it mean to you, and who is this message, or who is this book for?
Okay, so I'll start with what is faking it till you make it. So for me, Kellen and I are kind of, we are aligned with what faking it till you make it means. I look at it like it's an umbrella, and under that umbrella, there's different sectors and entities. So fake it till you make it is the umbrella, right? And then under that, you have its different sectors. So which means it has different meanings. Faking it till you make it meaning having that vision. Anything that you do in life, from if you're a teacher, if you are a fast food worker, a lawyer, a doctor, whatever it is that you are, everyone has had a fake it till you make it moment, which before you became what you are, you had a moment where you weren't that, right? So having that vision is a start. You envision where you want to be before you are there. That's that kind of faking it portion. Years ago, before I had any money or anything, I would envision who I wanted to be. I envision when I had gaps between my teeth, and now I have braces. Like, I envision my teeth being straight. And in my head, I'm like, so it's about having that vision and truly having that confidence, as Kay said, in yourself, and believing in yourself until it literally comes to fruition. Going back to the question before of, you wrote that down 12 years ago. And in my head, I didn't know when, and I didn't know how, but I knew that I was going to be an author one day. So having that firm conviction in your life, whether it's, as Kay was talking, your boss asks you to do something and you're like, I don't know if I can do it, but having that belief in yourself, if it's losing weight, whatever it is. So the audience for this book is any and everyone, people of all ages, all colors. It's for everyone, anyone out there who has a determination to want to succeed in something. Kay talks about, and I'm so like, it's really amazing when you collaborate with someone and actually like their work. And as you're reading it, you're getting inspired, and vice versa, because she has this, I'll give a little snippet of the book that talks about Justas. I'm just a hairstylist, or I'm just, I don't know, I'm going to say lawnmower guy, or, you know, landscaper or something like that. But you're not just that. You know, there's layers and sectors to that. So it's about, it's for everyone. And like I said, faking it till you make it really means to me is having and starting out and having that vision, writing down those affirmations. I have them on my bathroom mirror. I am happy. I am whatever it is for you, until you literally begin to feel it and live in that moment every day.
Man, y'all got the podcast on fire today. I don't know what to do. I see the flames popping all off my laptop. I'm just over thinking. I just had to put myself off, put myself on mute because I kept saying, I kept saying all that information, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, wow, this is amazing, because that is so true when it comes to the understanding of fake it till you make it. You have to see it. You got to believe it. You got to make it sure that the emotions are there as well to manifest what you want in your life. And don't allow for someone to rob you of the opportunity of being who you were called to be, to reach your full potential, because they're telling you that fake it to the make it is not real. Oh man, just accept your current situation. You know, and it's an old school guy. He's a preacher, but I love this quote. This is something that I've stuck with for years. Now, he shares, in your day of contradiction, don't change your confession. And that's something that's always stuck with me. So even though it's not looking right for you, even though you don't have money, even though your teeth not straight, even though you might not be in the relationship that you're supposed to be in, you know, it can change for you or whatnot. And so I'm an example of that, especially what Shontayvia talked about. For those who don't know, if you see, jeez, I just got my braces off. So, you know, I teach straight as well. So I understand what Shontayvia talking about when it comes to that, because it can happen to you. I look at my goal and my dreams of working with individuals just like Miss Kellen and Shontayvia. That was a dream of mine as a business owner before I even had a business. And now look at it. It happened. It's real. And so to fake it till you make it, that's why I want these ladies to come on, because they have a message like they shared before that's relatable to anybody. So you might say, how does that intertwine? How does that align with me, Darren? You might be in a profession and you're looking at retirement, or the particular industry that you're in is fading out, and you having to start over. You having to reinvent yourself. So that's fake it till you make it. You got to learn a new set of skills. You got to try something new. You got to be an entrepreneur. You got to go into another area. It might be where you're trying to find your identity, and now you're an empty nester, and now the children are gone, and you're trying to find, I'm not carrying people to t-ball and basketball or volleyball anymore to debate. How do I handle this? Or you might be coming into a new season where you're going to the next level in a relationship, and you're trying to figure that out. So wherever you are in life, this fake it till you make it mindset and ideology is something that resonates with all of humanity. And so, ladies, with the book being shown to individuals and people knowing that you are authors, please share with us share some of the experiences or the feedback that you've gotten from individuals who are close to you and others by knowing that you are a published author now. And I guess we can just start it with Shontayvia and then go to Kellen.
Wow, this question is really great, Darren, to ask, because when I first told, like, my family, close friends, they weren't really shocked. And I'm going to be quite transparent. One of the things they said was, you added more to your list. When did you do this? You know, but I got a lot of feedback of, we're super proud of you. We can't believe you did it. And it was really crazy because a couple of weeks ago, I was just actually at my uncle's funeral, and, you know, you go to the repast and everything, and that's when the heaviness kind of lifts up a little bit. But my other uncle began to just telling everybody in the family, yeah, Shontayvia wrote a book, and oh my God, it's great. And I got a lot of positive feedback. Truth be told, I knew it was a big deal, but in my mind, I didn't know how much of a big deal until you begin to get that feedback from others. And it's like, I was humble about it, and I still am, but this is not something small. It is major. It goes back to what I was mentioning earlier about these words on these pages are never going to go anywhere. You'll be surprised who you can be touched by. And becoming a published author and doing this with Kay, it means so much more to me than just the average thing. So it has changed my life in many different ways. I feel like we've also shaken up society a little bit with doing a type of collaboration of coming from two different backgrounds and not looking the same, but working on a project together and knowing that we see the beauty in each other and seeing that the intellectual conversations that we have and all of that collaboration has just been great. I've been able to talk more about co-authoring a book with Kay and the experiences of it. And I feel like it's more and it's just bigger than that piece of it. It has changed in major ways. I think that it's also helping everyone I come in contact with and speaking about it and speaking about the co-authorship is bringing more awareness and awakeness, especially in today's society and the things that we're going through. So becoming a published author has changed my life for the best. And honestly, the sky isn't even the limit.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Shontayvia. Miss K, what you got, girl?
Well, yeah, I totally agree with Shontayvia. And I just want to say I'm so thankful to be writing this with her. And it is a 50-50 collaboration. Totally. We've been able to lift each other up when we've both been down. If one of us is not able to be somewhere, the other one is. Doesn't happen very often, but we truly are a team. And we met and I really feel like we clicked and got along, and I thought Shontayvia was so funny. And I've really been able to get to know her more writing this book. And it's just crazy to me how we are so different and we have come from such different backgrounds, but we share so much in common. And that is one of the messages that we want to convey, not only with this book, but with future books, future business endeavors that we'll be on together. We want to show people you can do so much more by collaborating and listening than you can by being selfish or being standoffish or making prejudgments. It's community over competition. That's I didn't come up with that, but that's a great synopsis of what we want to do together. And it's just and then on a personal level, it has been totally life-changing. In a way I did not expect. I didn't tell anyone in my life that I was doing this for almost a year because I knew it was going to happen, but and really the main reason was my whole life I said, I'm writing a book. I'm going to write a book. And it just never happened for whatever reason. And everybody in my life was cool about it and oh, okay, that's, it's fine. It didn't work out. So this time I told myself, I'm not going to tell anyone until almost right before it's going to drop, because I kind of wanted to surprise people, but also I just wanted to prove it, hey, here's the receipts. Not only am I writing a book, I wrote a book, here it is. You can actually pre-order it now. And that felt amazing. That felt so much better to me than if I would have said, oh yeah, I'm doing this and, blah, blah, blah. So, and then also I feel like the other thing that changed is I feel like other people in my life now realize that they can write a book too. And that's huge to me, because I think that everybody should write a book if they want to, or they can, and they can. And one thing that we touch on in the book is how the playing field has changed. There's been a pretty big leveling of the playing field due to the internet, and we've just become a worldwide economy. And you don't have to have a publisher accept your work and tell you that it's good enough to put into writing. I'm insulted by that. No one is going to tell me that I can or cannot publish a book. I'm sorry. And so so right off the bat, I knew I was going to publish it myself, and I was not going to deal with an outside publisher that would not help me. So that's how it's changed.
Hey, that is great. Thank you so much, ladies, for the value bombs that you drop. And, you know, Kellen, especially that part of letting someone tell you what you can or can't do. I'm in total agreement with that because so many are being hindered far as sharing their projects because they're waiting on others to affirm them or share that they, you know, approve of them, waiting on others' approval. And that's not what you should do. You know, share your story. Of course, you want to make it as best as possible, but don't allow for someone to put your stuff on the shelf and tell you that it's not worth it. It's not, I don't think it's an audience for it. It's like the Field of Dreams, build it and they will come. But you got to do something, create something, and then move forward. Ladies, I just want to tell you that I appreciate you coming on to the show today. I'm excited about this. I'm excited about all the things that you all are going, that you've done, that you're doing, and that you're going to do. And I'm just glad that I got a front row seat to be able to watch it. But share with the audience, where can they purchase the book? And also, how can they connect with you all, whether it's on social media or any other areas, how they can connect with you too?
Okay. Well, right now you can pre-order our book at howtofakeittillyoumakeit.com. And right now on social media, we do have an Instagram account, and it's the same name. It's How to Fake It Till You Make It. And we're in the process of expanding our media empire, if you will. And so by the time that everyone has a copy of the book in their hands who pre-ordered it, there will be a lot more resources available online. And we are very, very excited to share so much more than just the book. So that's all coming, but so stay tuned to our Instagram for all of our updates.
Yes, yes.
Did you have some, Shontayvia? Did you have anything else that you wanted to do for them to connect with you? Or was that good enough?
No, that's pretty much good enough. So Kellen and I kind of collaborate on the Instagram and as she mentioned, the updates. So stay tuned and pre-order it.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you, ladies, for coming on again for the Author Spotlight. It's a privilege and honor to have you on. I've had a great time working with you all and looking forward to continue to work with you. I actually will be in Kansas City to do an event, depending on when this airs, but it might be after that time. But we will have a wonderful time in Kansas City. So if you're in the Kansas City area and want to connect with me and Miss Kellen and some others for Authors Roundtable, definitely let's do that. And also, I'm going to have to get with my girl Shontayvia. Shontayvia, are you in the Florida area, aren't you?
Yes. So I'm right outside of Orlando.
Right outside of Orlando. Okay. So that means we need to get the Orlando thing going then. We need to do the event.
Yes, we do.
Okay then. All right then. That's what they're telling me. I'm gonna have to tell the team we're going to Orlando. I've done a few events in Orlando before as well. So yeah, we can do Orlando and have a good time on that one. But until next time, thank you ladies for coming on. We will make sure we have all the information how to connect with them in the show notes. But until next time, remember that this is the year for your new book. If you won't change, be the change. Be blessed and be great.